Okay, I'm back again with a quick review, this time on the Lenmar PowerPort Flash. What this is a USB backup battery featuring two USB ports as well as a powerful LED flashlight all wrapped up in one. So really neat device. I've had it for the past 2 weeks, testing it with a variety of different devices, which I'll show you in a second. And I actually got this unit in for a review from Lenmar, so I want to go ahead and thank them for sending it over. I really do appreciate it. Even though they sent it over, I am not getting paid or anything for this, so this is going to be an honest review. I'm not going to skew the results, try to boost it up or anything. Just my honest experience with it and if I would recommend it or not. So let's take a quick look at the device and give you some specs. It has a 2000 milliamp hour battery. Let me actually zoom out here for a second. Here are the two USB ports. The way you activate them is this button on the side, just a simple on-off button. You do have this blue status LED to let you know that the USB ports are on. When using the internal 2000 milliamp hour lithium-ion battery, these can provide 500 milliamps apiece, so you can charge your cell phone, your GPS system, your MP3 player, various different devices that have the capacity to work off of 500 milliamps. Now when you plug in the charger or the 12 volt adapter up top that comes with it, this is a pretty neat little thing here. It sort of hides away like a Swiss Army knife, so you can call this the Swiss Army knife of USB battery packs. This just plugs into your 12 volt socket in your car, or if you have a power pack. Also works off of solar because it can accept 12 or 24 volts, and 12 volt panels deliver a little bit more than 12 volts, so this is safe to use with solar, and I actually have used it off of my solar system. But when you have that 12 volt adapter hooked up, what it does is it boosts the power from 500 milliamps up to 1000 milliamps or 1 amp, so you can charge your devices quicker. The way it works is 12 volt comes in, it's down converted to usable voltage for the battery to recharge it, as well as usable voltage for the USB ports. It can actually bypass the battery so that you get a full charge and still charge your devices at the same time. Now, as far as the flashlight part, I was thinking, it's going to be sort of a gimmick. I've seen a lot of devices paired with flashlights, and the flashlight is more of a novelty than an actual usable item. But with this, it's actually pretty good. You activate the flashlight via this little push button up top, and as you can see, it's pretty bright. Provides about 35 to 40 lumens. Again, I'm a flashlight geek, and I usually carry a little pin light with me at all times, just in case I have to make a repair or if the power goes out. And you can see that my pin light is not nearly as bright as the little 4 LED flashlight in this. Is actually pretty powerful. And what you can use that for is in case of an emergency, say you're on the side of the road, your alternator dies, so you have no light in your car. You can pretty much inspect things, identify yourself on the road so drivers don't run into you. You can also use this when you're coming home. If you have to put the key in the door, there's not enough light, you pull this out of your pocket or bag and shine it on the keyhole. Also, if your power happens to go out at your house, you can check your fuse box with this if you don't have another flashlight handy. It's actually pretty darn bright for it to be bundled with a USB battery. And runtime for the flashlight with a fully charged battery is going to be 40 hours, so it's a pretty long-lasting device also. Around back, we have a power status indicator, battery meter. Just has 4 little bars here. The lowest is 25, the highest is 100. It goes in increments of 25. And then back here we have a second way of charging it via USB. Does come with the micro USB cable to charge this. Recharging time from both the DC as well as the 12 volt adapter, so a couple of hours, anywhere from 2.5 to 3 hours, so it charges up relatively quickly. Now, as far as the devices I've tested with this, again, MP3 players, GPS systems, a little bit of experimentation with the iPad, and it seems to do pretty good. With my iPod Touch, doing an abusive test, meaning I had the display brightness all the way up, I had Wi-Fi streaming music, I was playing games, everything you can think of that would kill your normal stock battery in the iPod Touch in just a matter of 1 or 2 hours. is what I put on the load of the Lenmar. Now I started out with about an 85% battery charge on the iPod Touch, and not only did the Lenmar charge it up, but it also ran it for 13 hours with all of the different things, games, display brightness up, streaming music over Wi-Fi, which is pretty good. With this cell phone back here, this is a Windows smartphone, one of the older at&t Tilts. I got just about 10 hours, including talk time, combination of talk time, high display brightness, streaming Wi-Fi, things like that, playing games. With my GPS system, I got just about the same time. They're both pretty heavy duty devices in between, about 10 and 11 hours. When you use your device normally, like you would under normal circumstances, you can get maybe about an additional 3 to 4 hours out of each device. Now with the iPad back there, this device and many others are not rated to charge the iPad just because it requires a 2 amp charge. If you don't have 2 amps, it will not charge, and it will show you that it will not charge. It will say not charging. And what I found is, yeah, it doesn't charge it normally, but say in an emergency situation, if the iPad is completely dead, meaning when you press the power button, you get the little dead battery symbol, a little red dead battery symbol. What it will do is it will actually give it a 20% charge in that state. It would take hours and hours, just about the whole day to do it, but it will give it a partial charge. And Lenmar doesn't recommend this, nor does any other portable battery manufacturer that makes a small pack like this, but it is something that you can do. That was just my own experimentation. So in the end, would I recommend this device? I would definitely recommend it. Not only does it have the 2000 milliamp hour lithium-ion battery, which is superior to lithium polymer batteries. One way is you can get more cycles out of it, usually around 1,000 cycles versus 500 with a lithium polymer. Also, it performs better with similar size lithium polymer batteries. I get a few more hours out of this versus them. And it's a pretty neat device. It's almost like the Swiss Army knife of portable USB batteries. I mean, you have the swing out 12 volt adapter here, 2 different ways of charging it. You have the flashlight, dual USB ports charging 2 devices at once. You have the battery gauge here, all in this neat little small package. Now, as far as some of the disadvantages of this, number one is going to be the actual material it's made out of, plastic. It is going to collect some scratches. You know, I used it, put it in my pocket with some pocket change. It did collect a few scratches. You can see sort of the light spot right here where it's rubbed off. Not really anywhere else. You can see, you know, very small fine scratches, but you can't get away from that. Just about all of these portable USB batteries are going to be made out of plastic, and they're all going to eventually get scratched. But as far as other negatives, it does get a little warm when you plug in the 12 volt adapter to charge it. I guess that's the voltage regulator, because you're taking 12 volts and turning it down to 5 volts DC. Of course, that's going to require a regulator, which takes the extra voltage and turns it into heat. So that's what that is. That's normal. It's just something to note if you're going to put it in your pocket or something like that after you charge it from 12 volts. As far as charging it from the USB port, it does remain completely cool. So again, I would definitely recommend this device. It's really cool. It's also very affordable at right around $20 to $30. It's in between that price range. You can get it from Lenmar.com as well as Amazon.com, and again, pretty great device. So thanks for watching. I'll see you guys later. Peace.